Weekly close just came in and Bitcoin closed above 68,000. XRP is testing this key level of resistance. This particular trend line has been valid from last 1 year. That does mean it's a strong resistance. However, if you see a breakout, that has higher value. Your measured moves are going to hit at the higher odds level. Bitcoin crossing the weekly moving average and closing the weekly candle does not happen every now and then. Whenever we have seen that in last 5 years, 10 years, 15, you are looking at all of the possibilities of through the entire history. And if you do that, you understand while you're in a bull market and you do those crosses, you usually go higher. Am I saying we're here? No, most likely not. The price action does give you the clarity. And that's where the macro terminology for XRP, the macro terminology for a lot of different assets are moving. One thing which you should be keeping your eyes close to is the volume. Stablecoin, this is USDT. If USDT is showing you the volume is going down, it's not money going out into the fiat market. That's key idea you need to know. You need to see where the money is going in. Dollar is moving out from USDT into assets, the crypto assets. Dogecoin pushing higher. XRP pushing higher. Look at that weekly fluctuation in all of these assets. They're starting to push higher. Are you going to be a part of that? Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where the normal retail guys get to learn how to become the next top 10% of this world. As we've been talking through, it was boring when we were talking that particular day. Right now, it's not. Say, 12 days back, I posted this saying, guys, watch. Bullish divergence is forming. MACD is about to cross higher. Price is trying to do a reversal. Now, that was a reversal. As the price started showing a lot of volatility, I clarified it for the SI family. This is the key region and we are testing that. As soon as we break that, it's a change in trend. We followed it up saying, yeah, most likely we're going to come and hit this soon. And we did. Then, as soon as we broke that, I gave you guys the thought process, watch. 68,500, 69 is going to be a close range where we may take the resistance, just like the last time. Now, where are we? We touched just that zone. So if you'd like to take benefit of this, use the Scientific Investor family for your advantage. Join the 1,200 plus members and go through each and every post I'm dropping in there. Crypto market is showing you a ton of opportunity where you can enter and then ride it to the upside. Some of them shows you macro reversal, and I'm posting anything and everything which I see on the charts. Now, you come back into the market. Yes, it is true that the altcoin market is at the verge of a breakout. But again, until you get that breakout, you're still inside the pattern. Let's not go euphoric. Once you get that breakout, yeah, now something big is starting. So you can actually argue the possibilities are high. Yes, agreed. The RSI broke higher. The MACD crossed to the upside. This is all that we discussed at that point on a micro level chart. Trouble is, you literally needed 12 days on that micro chart. So when you are on a higher horizon, a 3-day, maybe you'll need 30 days. But again, for us, 30 days is nothing. We have the discipline and the patience which the market demands. You can only come above the 90% if you have the discipline and patience than the 90%. Now, if the entire altcoin market is about to break higher, XRP should play a role in that. Both of them are in a channel. And this particular channel breaking higher is huge. Now, yes, for XRP, this is a weekly chart and you're watching this pattern. But also keep this in mind. On the same chart, you have this key level, which is 0.5, which has been a resistance for a long period of time and then turned into a support. Right now, that particular support is broken back up. It became a resistance for a short while, but that drop is now a fake out, which is historically great for this asset. On micro legs, if you do see the price action slowing down, to do a correction like this, that can be a huge opportunity, which means after the price ran up 70%, there should be a 20-30% drop. That's normal. If you get that, use it for your advantage. If the market is giving you that opportunity, don't forget the fact that on a monthly, again, I repeat, on a monthly, XRP is now showing you the moving average, 21-day moving average on a monthly is pointing you to the upside, and the price has faked out. This is something we discussed clearly here in the scientific investor family, and right now it seems like that's starting. That's a good scenario. You wick to the downside, then go back up, and in that particular ride, without any of those exchanges, XRP did like a 10x move. That means $6 is coming soon. That means they hit $2.2, $3.5, the $6. It was not just a dream. It's coming. And it's coming soon. Now, yes, that's a monthly chart where you actually get to see the macro. If you have patience, you're going to ride this. But what if you are not that disciplined? We are all human beings. You'll have to slowly zoom in to look at what the price is actually showing you. However, remember the short-term structure is usually killed by the long-term structure. Short-term structure clearly argues the perspective that I should first drop whatever the long-term is showing. I should first come down, retest this breakout, and then go back up. So if you are someone who is trying to be a sniper, looking at this short-term scenario, yeah, this is what you want to see. That's going to be the level which you are looking at. And it's not just XRP, but you go into the Bitcoin side of things, you zoom in, take a daily, take a 4-hour, take a 12-hour, whichever you prefer. And then zoom in. Ask the question, what do you actually see here? Do you see the momentum building up, or do you see some divergence building up? This is a key argument to make. However, the moving average is pointing you to the upside on a 4-hour. So you zoom in on an hourly. It's still pointing you to the upside. So all that you can look for right now is a micro fluctuation like this. Now, for some, this type of micro fluctuation in Bitcoin, 5% drop, in itself is a fear factor, which means that 5% drop can be up to 64, coming back to a micro trend line like this, or it can be a trend line like this, where you may have to drop to $60 to $62, $63,000. Now, in that particular argument, what you also have to keep in mind is there is a pattern formation here, which we would like to call an inverse head and shoulder. But the trouble is, usually this leg is choppy and you need to do this. Can we see this within July? That's going to be great because this is an hourly chart. So when you are looking at an hourly chart and putting that argument, remember the 4-hour overrides that hourly. The daily overrides this 4-hour. So when you do plot your resistance, keep in mind if you do break this on the daily, the 1-hour scenario is not going to play out. If you do put this on a daily chart and argue that, okay, I'm reaching that resistance, maybe I'm going to get a micro drop and I don't care, that's okay. Because last time around, what the price action did was clearly an ABC. Then you went down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 1, 2, 3 impulse or the corrective ABCDE. Here you're watching the 1, the 2, the 3. So can we do an ABC and then start bursting? This is what we should be keeping our focus onto. If the price action does do this, that's a huge opportunity because that will give you on a macro the idea that this level, 60,000, that's a huge support. And this wick to the downside, it's a fake out. We have seen something similar. So just as you can see, back in Jan 2024, Bitcoin did almost exactly the same thing. It went below that, came back up, tested that range and went back up. Just the difference is, this time around, you went a little bit more higher. So the retest can be deeper too. If you're dropping 5% back, then here you can actually drop 10 to 13. That's not a scary scenario. Now, the argument, they actually make sense when you are looking at the market. It can be volatile for a while. The oil is breaking below its moving average on a 3-day chart. And if you put that into perspective, 7 out of 10 times, that shows oil is going much lower, which shows the demand in the economy is dropping, which again come back into a recessionary environment, which shows you gold, silver, crypto, and other hard assets which people consider give value to is about to ride higher. That's why you look at dollar and you see, okay, we're slowing down, it's breaking lower, it's continuing low, which is a good sign. So on the crypto market side of things, micro drop here is going to give you a macro opportunity. Just keep this in mind. But the trouble again will be your level of discipline and patience to see the price come back down, because in between it would play a lot of different games to pull you in at the top, local top, and then come back down to make a new local bottom, most likely a higher low compared to this one, and then start going up. Whether that's a microwave structure or a macrowave structure, you can use those dips for your advantage. Say you just take a step back, look at different assets, look at different ideologies in the market. See, we were talking about Doge here, right? Doge was actually starting to perform good. Take a look at that. When Elon actually goes out there and puts the perspective in, saying, okay, this is a little bit different. At that point, what you are looking at is all the other currencies to see which one is attracting cash flow. Looking at Doge, the question which comes inside first should be this. Okay, we broke below the moving average. We're now coming back up to test the moving average. Historically, what have this asset done? Did it test and get rejected? Did it go above and retest it? So for this particular asset, it shows almost all the time it breaks that moving average and tests it. A lot of other assets do like this. It gets rejected initially, then form a higher low and then break higher. However, for this particular asset, it shows it's going to break higher, then retest it and go higher. So depending on which asset which you select in this market, maybe some of them are correlated with Doge, some of them are not. So you need to know that as a fact. With the odds, last 7 out of 10 times, this was the outcome. Why would I bet on the 3 rather than focusing on the 7? Because that gives you a clear idea. When the market actually shows you some of these assets are trying to push higher, first you do is go on a macro chart, then ask the question, are they breaking higher? Is the trend changing? If not, yeah, you can look for a micro trade. But what if it's going to get rejected here? This is TIA on a 3-day. What if that's going to get rejected and come back down? to make a double bottom and then go higher. That's a trouble. So waiting for the breakout and having the liquidity aside without dropping it in the market in a FOMO during a micro run up is going to be important. And guys, today is another special day for me. My boy is going to school for the first day. He's 4.5 years old and he's just starting his school this day. I'll be going with him for a couple of days to see how it all plays out. But the support which you guys have given me over the years, it's exceptional, and I would like to request all of your prayers for the boy and my family to go through this season, because I've never moved away from him during the last 4 years. And this is going to be a time where we'll be waiting outside the school to see what he is doing inside the school for a few days. So I need your prayers. I need your support. Yeah. And smash that like button for me, guys. And if you want to join the Scientific Investor family, use the link in the description below. I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye for now.